Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Augustus, and I'm back again with another episode of Tsukihime. When we last left off, Shiki was the one that was hurt instead of Arcoade, which means that we didn't get that nice little CG of Arc with the tape. Oh well. Anyway, let's get into it. I don't have much more to say other than that, and hoping that no more technical issues happen, and there wasn't last episode, but who knows? I don't know what was causing it in the first place, so hopefully it doesn't come back. Fingers crossed. 100 people. About 100 people back then. In just half an hour, they were all brutally killed. Bloodstains, unaccounted for. How can you say that when you have that much information? I understand completely. Everyone staying at that hotel was killed by those incomprehensible beasts and devoured without a trace. I resist the urge to throw up. I can't allow myself to vomit when I recall each and every event which occurred last night. Such a petty sympathy would set me lower than a filthy pig. For me, the only one who escaped death in that hotel, I won't allow anything else other than hatred for the one behind it all. 100 people. 100 people killed without even leaving their bodies behind. Only blood. The face of the man in the black coat surfaces in my memory. I don't know who he is, but it is no mistake to think he's behind everything that happened. Is my heart still numb? Right now, hatred wins out over fear and disgust. Or maybe even the feelings whirling inside my chest are just another kind of fear. That's just ridiculous. I grit my teeth. I don't know if it's regret or fear, or maybe an unpleasant revulsion, but just recalling the face of the man in the black coat makes me want to break something and irritates me. You're awake, Shiki? Arcoade pokes her head out of the kitchen. Oh, what is it? Making such a scary face. Did something happen? Arcoade speaks lightly as if nothing happened at all. The feelings which were welling forth inside me until just now disappear. Arcoade, shouldn't you be asleep right now? It's the middle of the day. That's true, but there's no way I could sleep while your condition wasn't stable. And I was thinking, I slept yesterday, so it's your turn today. Yeah. Thanks. For some reason, I feel embarrassed and look away. Even though she's not human, she is really attractive. Anyway, Arcoade, why did I sleep in your room last night? And the man in the black coat you called Nero, what exactly is he? You're here because I brought you here. Shiki, it's weird. Shiki, you lost consciousness in that hotel hallway. I remember that vaguely. But why did that Nero guy leave? He seemed to be saying something terrible. That's because the sun was rising. By the time you and I had left the hotel, it was above the horizon. You remember the vampires lose their power in sunlight, right? She speaks like she's talking about a third party, but she's a vampire herself. Arcoade, you say that, but doesn't that go for you too? That is, you said after I killed you, you became weak, right? Did your body recover a little? Yes. Thanks to you. I'm feeling better than I was yesterday. I'm finally able to move my arms and legs around too. My tablet is being very weird, which is what I have the flowchart up on to make sure I don't make any dumb mistakes, or dumb choices, I guess. I want to make dumb mistakes, those are fun. In this game, anyway. Wait a second. Arcoade? You mean you weren't able to move around fully before? Huh? I didn't mention it. Most of my nerves weren't connected yet, so I was moving them or using my willpower rather than physical activity. How lovely. She didn't say. I never thought about or even noticed her precarious state. I remember how Arcoade bit her lip regretfully when the blue crow arrived. I think at the same time she really must have been frustrated she couldn't move no matter how much she wanted to. That's why she just stood there. I see. So, how much have you recovered now? Let's see, I can at least move my body. My body will be fine by tonight. But I'm not able to gain back the power I used when I regenerated myself, so it doesn't change my weakened state. Her face is expressionless as she speaks those words. I see. Even if it's only little by little, I'm glad you're getting better. I sigh a heartfelt relief, or from heartfelt relief. Oh, what's wrong, Shiki? And just a little earlier you were calling me a monster. Idiot. I still think that you are. But that's something else. I just wanted to thank you for helping me. I saved you, Shiki? Arcoade's eyes widened in surprise. It seemed she wasn't even aware of it. Yeah. I have a few problems with your method, but you did save me. So, it's a little late, but thanks. If you weren't there, I would have joined that list of 103 names. Thanks. It wasn't really anything. I'm the reason you met Nero, so you don't have to feel like you owe me. Maybe, but the truth is that you saved me. And, well, thinking about it, it is sort of our fault that we, encountered Arcoade and Nero in the first place, but I guess, I guess she's forgotten about that. Since you did, I want to thank you. But if I didn't make you watch over me, you never would have been involved in all that. I'm the one messing up your everyday life. So wouldn't it be more appropriate for you to hate me rather than be indebted to me? Well, certainly I do think you were a big bother. But, in the end, I think I have to take responsibility for my actions. A long time ago, someone taught me this. She said, whatever happens around me, I have to stick with things I started to the very end. While it seems quite natural, I am a supporter of that idea. Which is why I don't hate Arcoade. I just feel like I'm involved in something pretty bothersome. Oh, now that you mention it, I did say I needed a shield because you killed me. So I guess I don't have to apologize for you involving you in such things. Right. The situation I'm in is my own fault. Your fault, huh? I think you have bad luck, Shiki. If only you killed some other girl other than me, things would never have ended up like this. Hey, in the first place, you can't just assume I would kill someone other than you, Arcoade. I've only felt like that, stalked and killed only once, only Arcoade. Or I want to think she would be the only one. Did you remember something you forgot? No, that's not it. I never really thought about it before, but I just wondered why I wanted to kill you. Arcoade frowns as she looks at me. Well, it's a natural reaction. I, the one who killed Arkawade, is saying that he doesn't know why he killed her. There's no reason at all, right? Because you're just a born killer, Shiki. Hold on. What did this woman just say about me? You seemed really used to it when you attacked me. You rang the doorbell, put your hand to the door as I opened it, and entered. While I was still off guard with surprise, you killed me with your first strike and just finished off by slicing me into pieces. Yeah, your surprise attack was perfect. How perfect was it? A painting of you from that time would have been an unparalleled masterpiece. That's how perfect it was. But no matter how superb a killer, no matter how excellent your technique, the victim this time was a poor choice. I don't know how many people you killed until now, but I think it was time for you to be caught when you chose me as your prey. What's with that scary face all of a sudden? If you want to say something, it's better to just say it. We've never held anything back between us, right? That may be true. I nod and motion her to come near me with my hand. A secret? Arkawade approaches excitedly. I bring my mouth close to her ear and clearly state what I want to say. You know, Arkawade. Yeah, what? Okay, ready. That's not it at all, you idiot. Idiot. My shouts echo through the room. I strike her eardrums with full power, not holding back one bit. Owie. Arkawade exaggeratedly covers her ears. I'm ticked off now. What are you doing all of a sudden, Shiki? I'm the one who should be angry. I was wondering why you were asking me to all those impossible things, but now I understand. I once was blind, but now I see. Hey, understand what? About you asking me to be a shield against a monster and watching over you because you think I'm some crazed killer. Jeez, you're unbelievably mistaken. You thought so highly of me because of that. Look, I'll tell you right now. I'm not a killer or a homicidal maniac. Well, let's not commit to that last one. You were the first person I killed. Arkawade's mouth hangs open. Damn it. She really does seem totally surprised. No way. It was your first time and you were that skilled? Yeah. Certainly, I do have the strange eyes, but I still lived an honest life. I never even thought once of using these lines to kill people. But then why did you kill me? You never even saw me before. I don't know why either. I just became so fixated when I saw you on that street. When I came to, I had already sliced you into pieces. In this room, without reason, without purpose. I see. Yeah, I see. I don't have any right to be angry at Arkawade, even if she's alive right now and isn't human. The truth is, I killed her with my own hands. Why are you all quiet again? What do you mean, Shiki? I'm sorry. I have to apologize. Why did I conveniently forget such an important thing? Sorry. I'm sorry, Arkawade. I, Tonoshiki, killed you. More than anything else, I should have apologized for that from the very beginning. There really is something wrong with me. It's only natural she mistook me for a killer, because I don't even understand that impulse myself. So, maybe Tonoshiki might be a real killer. The reality is, I killed you. So, I have to accept my sin and punishment. A killer like me can't mix in with the rest of society. Not realizing such an important thing until now is just too cowardly. No matter what Arcoade is, I am someone who kills for no reason. I see. Then you really don't understand why yourself, Shiki. I nod silently. Then you didn't feel any enjoyment either? Yes, certainly there are times that those killers for whom killing is like breathing, but you really are normal, Shiki. That's right. At least, I try to be. Are fireworks outside? No, you are incredibly normal. Then, I was the only one you wanted to kill? Yeah. Other than you, I never felt like that before. I see. Then there's no problem. You're really not the killer, Shiki. She says this lightly, almost dismissively. I don't think you have to receive any punishment. By chance, I was the one you wanted to kill, and worse, you were equipped with unparalleled killing technique. But luckily, I am a vampire, so no one died, right? So you don't need to be troubled so much. I don't think you have to worry about those morals of human society. Right now, the only one that can condemn you are me, the victim, and you, yourself. That may be so, but it doesn't change the fact I killed you. Right. Even if there is no punishment, the sin will never disappear. Of course. Even now, I still resent it, so it would be troubling if you just forgot. But you know, Shiki, if you feel that way and will always regret it, then I don't think there will be a problem. But that's just sugarcoating it. Shiki, there really are people who will not sell their souls to the devil, even if they hated the world. Like someone so honest they could apologize to a vampire. So, I think it's alright. No matter what people say, and no matter how much you say you're not, you can still stay in the world you want to live in. I'm speechless. How can you smile and say that to the person who killed you? Arquade. Come on, we have much more troublesome problem to deal with. Now that you're up, Shiki, I want to continue our conversation from before. That's right. More importantly than my own situation, I have to know about Arcoade and what happened at that hotel. That's right. Arcoade, can I ask about the hotel from yesterday? Fine, but we don't have to stay standing. Shiki, if your body isn't quite fully adjusted, maybe you should lie down. Idiot. You're the one who should be lying down. Isn't daytime hard for you? Don't worry about me. Lie down and we can talk. It's okay. I finally have a chance to talk to you, so it would be a waste if it wasn't face to face. Arcoade smiles faintly and looks directly at me. Well, if you say you're fine, then I don't care either way. After briefly looking away, I sit on the bed. Arcoade imitates me and sits on the sofa. Well, I'll ask then. The guy last night, the one you called Nero, just what the hell is he? I'm being serious here, so please don't say something like he's a magician who can make crocodiles appear from his body. I won't say that. I think you know this already, but he is also a vampire. We call him Nero, and he is quite an exception. To tell the truth, he isn't someone you can talk to so casually like this. So, he was a vampire after all. But for some reason, like Arcoade sitting in front of me, he doesn't match my image of a vampire either. So, this Nero, what kind of guy is he? You seem to know him or something. Of course not. I don't have any vampire acquaintances. Knowing them means I'm going to kill them the next moment. This is the first time I've even met a vampire without killing it. But you guys were talking about a lot of things. It would be hasty to call him an acquaintance because of that. Nero is a famous vampire, so no introductions were necessary when we met, that's all. Isn't it natural to know the name of vampires with unusual power and a long history? Among those, Nero stands out even more. Despite being one of the oldest vampires, he has neither a castle nor territory and is an eccentric wanderer. The church has given him a second name, Chaos. Chaos? What's that? Literally squirming, squelching chaos. Like a primordial earth where no one knows what will fly out after the mixing of various things. A meaning, I'm guessing, from last night. Not knowing what will fly out? Jeez. You saw his body too, Shiki. We spoke of it earlier, but aged vampires cannot easily regenerate damage to their bodies. To restore the bodies after centuries of existence, the weak life of a human isn't enough. So, using the simply more superior life forms, wild animals and magic beasts as raw material, they compose their bodies. As one of the oldest vampires, Nero is probably in a league of his own regarding the sheer amount of beasts he has caught and used for his body. A league of his own? Things like those black dogs are part of his body then? Exactly. But there is a limit to a human's capacity. Probably only about 30 beasts can be controlled at once. Having more than one illusory beast, such as a magical or phantom beast, would overload one's capacity. Putting that into consideration, all of Nero's familiars are probably real animals. Yeah, that may be fortunate. I don't quite get the last part, but that means there's at least 30 of those black dogs. No, that can't be right. Black dogs weren't the only thing rampaging in the hotel. I think there were things like lions and leopards too. Right. To be able to bring together 30 animals of the same type is one thing, but for Nero to have the different beasts in his body truly places the strength of his willpower apart from others. Well, it does seem kind of odd that he has that sort of power and he only uses wild animals. I would have thought he would employ more magical beasts with his sort of willpower. Arcoade is deep in thought. Whatever. Anyway, we at least know his weapons are 20 or 30 familiars. So now we can understand why he's called Chaos. His name really isn't Chaos? Yeah, most long-lived dead apostles don't use their real names from their human lives. But they don't make up a new name themselves. The church assigns them one. They add on names as they find new special characteristics of a vampire, so some of them have names as long as spells. And I guess the church must have really hated him to name him Chaos. It would have been enough for one lion to hunt the entire hotel, right? But he let loose all the beasts of feed, meaning he seems to enjoy such excesses. 30 beasts inside the vampire Nero. Just with that, he killed and ate without a trace 100 people at that hotel in 30 minutes. 103, actually. I can't believe it. He's a complete monster. Yes, he really is the worst opponent I could have at the moment. He's one of those you never want to meet. But what's worse is that such a guy knows where we are. Even now, I'm sure his familiars are watching us. What? Isn't it obvious? We were saved earlier because the sun rose, but we can't count on that tonight. He knows of this place, so he will certainly try to kill us at the height of this power at midnight. Come to kill us tonight? Yes, he said so himself. What is this? That man in the black coat is coming tonight? I don't know what I should say. I should escape. I know that's the wisest decision, but Arkawade is in this condition. Even if she ran away, I don't think she could escape from that monster. No, less about her and more about me. If I stay here, if I stay involved with Arkawade, there's no mistaking the fact I'll face him. He is dangerous. Clearly put, he is insane. More than his body within which lies those animals, his eyes are like a machine's, devoid of even a single emotion. The true eyes of a killer which does whatever it is assigned to do. As one who has experienced his attacks, I am sure that without a doubt, he is to be avoided. I think this, ladies and gentlemen, is where we're going to end off this episode. And the next time, we will continue our conversation with Arkawade, and then after that, I believe we will, we're going to be splitting off just a little bit to go into CL's route, or into a CL specific route at some point. I think it will be next episode, but I'm not the most sure of that. It's all about, it all depends on how many scenes we do or don't skip through, because we've already seen them. But anyway, I hope to see you all next time. Tsukihime.